Welcome back to the weekly news roundup. This is the business edition with a little bit of SillyVille on the end. These are recorded live Fridays 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you would like to catch the show. Let's go ahead and jump on in. We have a couple little updatey type things. Number one, Arizona House advances a bill targeting Apple and Google mobile apps. Basically the same thing North Dakota did. The North Dakota bill got shut down in a hot hurry. This one actually went through some votes, and the House voted 31-29 in favor of the bill. Now, what it basically is going to do is it's going to require any of these developers to have multiple ways. Basically, it encourages competition. And I think this is the best thing. The biggest flaw in Apple is that I can't sideload my apps. I can't pay an alternative means. Does that open up a possible security risk? Yes. But I've paid an arm and a leg for the thing. Let me use it the way I would like to use it, to be perfectly candid. So my prediction is this one's going to die the same death as the one in North Dakota. But hey, at least it got a one vote majority over in the House. So we'll see what happens. Also, more good news. The EOS operating system is on these phones is now shipping to the US and Canada. This used to only be shipped in the EU nations. Now, I did a full review of the EOS phone. It is an excellent phone. It is a Lineage customized ROM. Okay, the biggest downside of EOS is that you can't lock the bootloader. For me, I personally don't care. I run Lineage on my phone without the locked bootloader. I'm okay with that. This guy, though, here is the easiest to use phone that's not Android and Apple. It has a very nice account system login, which is their own customized Nextcloud build. So it will literally sync everything into their Nextcloud build. Or if you have your own Nextcloud, you can sync it to your Nextcloud instead of theirs. This is a very good operating system. It is not 100% FOSS. They do have a proprietary, at least somewhat proprietary mapping application because there really is no good FOSS map system, and they've put a map system in that works. Their store is very nice. Overall, it works very well, and so you can go ahead and get the phones over there now in the US and Canada. If you were looking for an option, you wanted a better phone, but you don't know how to customize it, you can actually get one of these with the operating system pre-built. So that's very good. Have a look at EOS and have a look at the review that I did of the EOS operating system as well. Well, Verizon and T-Moble have joined in a stupid contest with each other this week. It was quite exciting. And so they issued a tweet saying, hey, if you're having bad battery life, turn off 5G. Then somebody's like, you can't do that. Lord, 5G is our selling point. And then they delete the tweet, but then the internet always remembers. So yeah, they actually gave us some tips about how to save your battery power by turning off 5G. And all of these phones that they're like, 5G, 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 5G. I don't really care about 5G, guys. But the problem is 5G, it drains your battery, particularly since you can't always get 5G, and the cell phone will use a lot more power trying to find a network than it does maintaining a connection to said network. So if you turn off the thing that's searching for the network, you will save a significant amount of battery power. But turning off 5G completely defeats the purpose of upselling somebody a 5G phone. And so that was deleted. And T-Mobile's like, hey, y'all, hold my beer. We're going to go ahead and do this even more. T-Mobile even tells us, hey, toggle your 5G LTE off to 2G. Dial-up? T-Mobile wants us to switch to dial-up to save battery power. Yay! Epic. So turn off background data, basically turn all these things off. I completely support this turning off Bluetooth and Wi-Fi when you're not using it. Absolutely. GPS, smartphone, mobile hotspot, yeah, turn all that stuff off. That's insane. So absolutely. But toggle from 5G/LTE down to 2G. Hold my beer, yo. Hold my beer. Like, what are these guys doing? I don't know. I don't get it. But they're not doing well. Anyway, Best Buy They are laying off 5,000 employees as online sales growth. Does anyone actually buy from Amazon online? Is this just going to be the next instance of Fry Electronics? Everyone's buying online. Let's just lay off our staff and buy online. Guys, I went into a Best Buy not too long ago. I got absolutely horrible service. I actually left. I literally wanted to buy a hard drive. This was over Christmas, so I could update the operating system on this and preserve this disk here in case of any issues. I tell them I need a hard drive. Oh yeah, we got 2 in stock. Well, there's none down here. It must be in the cage up there. Okay, we'll put you on our brand new amazing employee SKU. So someone will come find you. I was standing there for 20 minutes. Meanwhile, over there, I actually can see where the hard drive is. It's up in those cages. This other guy comes up with a cart. He's going over to the cages. He opens up the cage right next to the one with the hard drive in it to get a computer out for his customer. I said, hey man, I'm just waiting for somebody to get me the hard drive. It's right there. I'm sorry, sir. You're not my customer. Derp. Yeah, I've left. I'm sorry. And then well, people are shopping online. Well, guess what, guys? I ain't going to create a Best Buy account online. I do not need every company under the sun knowing my information. Unfortunately, as much as it's supporting Lex Luthor himself, I tend to order from Amazon. Why? Because I do not want my accounts with 15,000 other people, and Amazon still has ways that I can pay with cash and pick up at a pickup location so they don't actually have my address. I have never put my address in Amazon. Well, not since I've moved for the last 3 places I've lived anyway. Pickup locations. As much as Amazon's a little evil, at least they're doing it right. You think I'm going to go and shop on Best Buy and get their garbage? Nah, I'm just going to get my garbage from Amazon. It gets here quicker and it's cheaper. So Best Buy is, if they don't turn something around, they're going to die. So they lay off 5,000 full-time employees. These are full-time employees as the online race to grow. And I don't know. So there we are, guys. We can probably start hashtag not a financial advisor. Sell now. Get out of Best Buy stock. It's going down, guys. Well, everybody and their cousin is suing the company called Griddy in Texas. It should be called Griddy. What happened here? Now, there's a lot of things back and forth. Some people were sending me things like, oh yeah, this is what happens with capitalism. No, actually, this is called government regulation. So in Texas, when everything went crashing down, part of this is because the federal mandates, with all of the new amazing Green New Deal stuff and the Paris Accord, let's keep going back on in, it requires us to have a certain percentage of our stuff as green energy. Well, when the windmills freeze and can't produce green energy, and the snow panel, the solar panels, which are, by the way, not necessarily green energy, are completely covered in 6 inches of snow, and you can't get green energy anywhere else, it causes the other things to jump into place, which cause the production of energy to skyrocket because of not corporate greed, government regulation. But what happened is one company got in the middle of this called Griddy, and what happened is they ended up going from something like 12 cents per kilowatt hour up to $9 per kilowatt hour, and then some people were seeing electric bills up to $9,000 for the month of February. Well, that's insane. And so a lot of people filed together a class action lawsuit against Griddy. All right, so they come back. Griddy comes back and says, it's not us. It's actually the regulations. And so now Texas is now trying to sue Griddy. So everyone just got all grid happy grid happy, money happy, and sue happy over there in Texas over the power grids. So that's kind of exciting stuff like that. So there we have it. And on to our last story, pure government propaganda. That's exciting. So this comes down to the George Floyd case, and the city government wanted to pay influencers up to $2,000 to spread the city's official message during the trial of the officers. The article says the officers who killed George Floyd. No, George Floyd died of fentanyl. I've actually read the toxicology report. And no question about it. So even the Vice here and motherboard at the Vice, they're all, you're killing in the street. No, that's what happens when you take a bunch of fentanyl and swallow a bag of Coke. Actually, you tend to die. And that's exactly what the toxicology report has said. So, the city, though, they wanted to, in attempting to quell the nonsense that happened over the summer, they wanted to pay social media influencers to give actual city-approved talking points. So there we have it, guys. There we have it. Propaganda from the government. What do y'all think? Sounds exciting? Sounds exciting to me. Well, if you want to help support the channel, have a look at our affiliates. We have ExpressVPN is the one we're looking at today. tlm.li/EV. And you can come on over here. You can connect up to 5 devices on your account, including a router, or a modem, I should say, which will allow, it is a router, my apologies, which will allow you to connect all of the devices on that one router to the VPN. They have some pass-through, allowing some things to bypass the VPN should you want. So you can go ahead and have a look over at VPN if you, ExpressVPN, if you are in need of one such device. All right, guys, stay tuned. We are going to jump on over to SillyVille next. And our first SillyVille article, Amazon decided it was a good idea to change their logo after, 10 or 15 years of using the same one. And they gave us a logo that looked kind of like Hitler. So yeah, we got to redo that. They didn't really think about putting that little, is that called a toothbrush mustache? Right there on the Amazon guy. Just need a little swastika on that guy and it'll be perfect. All right. So they decided to change it. Now it says, now what they were going for is it's supposed to be a box. Because of course, if you get an Amazon box, it's a brown box of about this color with an Amazon smile on it. And you like getting those Amazon smile boxes when you ordered something from Amazon. Unless you got cat food instead of your PlayStation 5 or something. Or what are we on? 5? I don't know. I don't play games. Anyway, it's supposed to be a taped up Amazon box. But that tape just, it was just bad, yo. So they redesigned it. Now the tape's just folded a little bit. So there we have it, guys. Yeah, I completely missed that Amazon quietly tweaked its new icon to make it look a little less, Hitler-esque. So there we have it. That's kind of good. We will have some potential updates here on the guide to more normalcy. Yeah. So this is like, and I did not get a chance to have a look at the site lately if they actually updated things, but there's small steps towards normal life, but most activities are still out of bounds. So, okay, in case you missed the purpose of a vaccine, it's to prevent you from getting an illness. So they're giving us these nice little things. Here's the example. My daughter's coming in from out of town who is doubly vaccinated, and a husband and a wife are doubly vaccinated, and maybe a next door neighbor who are doubly vaccinated. Small gatherings in the home of people, I think, clearly feel that the risk is relatively small. It is so low that you would not have to wear a mask, that you could have a good social gathering within the home. Beyond that is going to be based on a combination of data. Hey guys, in case you aren't following the science on all this nonsense, there was a meta-analysis released by the University of Florida, and I want to say this one was December. They followed 77 studies, thousands of participants. They found that the transmission rate of coronavirus in this is in home settings, living with people, 0.4%. Okay, it just does. It's not nearly as transmissible as people are saying, and masks actually make things worse, not better. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. So the whole purpose of a vaccine is supposed to, you guys remember, we are coming up right now on our 1-year anniversary of 2 weeks to slow the spread. Everything was touted out, the vaccine, when the vaccine gets here. Now the vaccine's getting here. Over a third of my county here is vaccinated, and they still don't want to lift any crazy restrictions. because it's like, now what? Now what? This is just becoming nonsense, which is why we're probably going to be having a CDC update in SillyVille for a while. And if that's not a load of baloney, this is definitely a load of baloney. 277 pounds of contraband bologna found at the floorboards of the New Mexico border. Who the hell is smuggling 277 pounds of bologna into the States? And why do you need to smuggle bologna in? There's a bunch of baloney. The concern is that pork products coming from Canada might have some diseases, and we don't need to bring the diseased bologna into the country. This makes me want to sing some Weird Al. All right, never mind. I don't want to do that. Agents made the bologna bust at 6:26 p.m. on Wednesday at the Santa Teresa, New Mexico border crossing. A release from the agency says bologna containing pork products is banned from entering the U.S. because of the potential for animal diseases, they say. The driver, a U.S. citizen from Sunland Park, New Mexico, faces a $1,000 fine, agents reported, and the contraband bologna was seized. February 11th, they got 200 pounds of contraband bologna in Columbus, New Mexico border as well. Apparently, bologna is a big thing to be smuggling in. What do you got, man? I got 5 kilos. What do you got? 100 pounds of bologna. Whoa, don't go with me, man. I don't want to get busted. Welcome to 2021, guys. We're getting busted for the bologna. Well, you can help support the channel over on Subscribestar, subscribestar.com/SwitchedToLinux. Jump in over there, help support the channel in that way. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching this video from SwitchedToLinux. This channel would not be possible without the backing of the program supporters scrolling on the screen now. You can be a supporter at Patreon at patreon.com/TOMM or at thinklifemedia.com. I also want to thank the open source community who creates such excellent software that makes producing this show possible. Please remember to support your software communities. Thank you, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.